Podcasting from the South Street Seaport section in Lower Manhattan. This is the Brooklyn Baritone Podcast. Hey everyone, good morning. It's usually morning when I'm recording these podcasts and productions, but whenever you choose to listen to them, morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, late at night, I always appreciate the likes, the looks, the listens. Of course, I'd appreciate you hitting that subscribe notification bell on my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. Of course, no pressure at all, but I would like the algorithm to swing in my direction. Now imagine you are basically, a professional. You are someone who is actually very knowledgeable when it comes to certain things for whatever it is that you do. It could be in the place of work. It could be a great manager. You could write good reports. Whatever it is that you are hired to do, you have a certain set of skills that you are seasoned in. You spent many years practicing these things day in, day out. Or you're someone who does study certain things and you spend a lot of years and a lot of words and a lot of hours studying about certain things, learning certain things. You could be someone who actually practices a lot of your tasks, a lot of your skills, a lot of your knowledge. You could be a housewife that just knows how to operate and manage a household, which is very, very hard. And my hat goes off to everyone who does that. Or imagine someone you're a hobbyist, whether it could be photography, whether it could be you're a skateboarder, you could be someone who makes those little boats inside of little bottles. And, the things that you've done, you have pitfalls, you had high points in your time of learning whatever it is that you do, whatever your craft is, whatever it is that you have a talent for. You spent day in, day out going to sleep thinking about what to do to improve your skill set or lend your abilities to improve whatever it is. Skateboarding, housewife, photography, whatever it is, being a manager. And you could consider yourself knowledgeable. You consider that you have spent a lot of good time and hours walking your walk. And you know what? There's a lot of things that you can teach people. And sometimes you probably have taught people. Now imagine someone coming along who doesn't really know about what you do, how you do it. They don't have the passion that you had for it. And they're the ones who's coming to tell you that you're not good enough. You're not a good enough housewife. Now, you missed a spot over there on that floor. Or, you're not a good skateboarder. You look like you had the wrong foot form when you try to do that ollie. Or you're someone who's a professional, like a computer repairman or IT specialist. And they're like, well, you know what? No, you didn't go straight to the command prompt to solve this problem. You're not a real person. This is what the book says here in this manual, and you didn't do what it says here, so you're not a professional. Imagine how insulted you would feel for all the knowledge and the man hours that you put in and all of the books that you've read and the things that you've done, the failures and the successes in, day out. And here comes this person just walking in off the street, basically, who doesn't really know what you do. They know of it, but they don't know what you do. See, that's exactly what's happening with what I see with the religious exemptions for these mandates. Now, there are two to go by, the medical and religious. Now, the unfortunate part from what I'm seeing, what I've been moved to talk about, is that I'm seeing a lot of scrutiny against people who are claiming religious exemptions from people who don't walk that path, who don't have a relationship with the Creator. And this is what I'm talking about in particular, relationship with the Creator and Yeshua. There's going to be people who are used to scoffing at people who follow this. There are people who are used to scoffing at the book. There are people who are usually on the fence. They may know of it, but they are not in it. Unfortunately now, a lot of people are going to be scrutinizing, well, how long were you practicing this? Or I've seen a lot of comments like, well, if you have faith in God, He's going to save you. Why do you wear seatbelts? And this is not a lie. I'm not exaggerating by any measure. These are questions that I'm actually seeing being posed for a lot of people. And the unfortunate part is that there's going to be more to come. I'm just letting people know who do walk this path to understand that this is written if you don't understand it already. This is to be expected. So we have to still walk with proper strength. We have to still walk our path regardless of what anyone else is saying. And know it's going to be a coming persecution against those who claim to be religious. Unfortunately, there's going to be people in those numbers that are going to claim it because they don't want to take the medication from these mandates. And that's one of the ways they see out. I totally understand. And unfortunately, that may hurt the cause of people who actually do walk the faith because they're going to be under some extreme scrutiny. You know, how do you really exercise faith when you don't do this or don't do that? Unfortunately, people who are used to scoffing are going to continue to scoff. They're going to learn the word not because they wish to learn and walk the path, only because they wish to further ridicule and degrade and demean. I just want everyone to be aware of this. This is all written. There's going to be definitely a persecution, and this is one of the roads it's leading to. And then we also have to look at the fact that it's prepping everyone to accept basically a one world religion. I'm not going off the deep end. This is not my words. You can find this in many, many studies, and many things have led us this way. I want you guys to understand what's going on. I want you guys to really understand and study. And those who are walking the path, stay strong. Those who don't wish to learn for humility, it's best that you do learn. Because when you look at real history, look at what's going on now, you could easily tell what's going on in the future. Even if you don't understand prophecy, you could see it unfolding in front of your eyes. Anyways, that's what I want to talk about. You can catch the rest of my content on my website, www.brooklynbaritone.com. You could also catch my content some more on my YouTube channel, Brooklyn Baritone. You could also find me on LinkedIn under Corey Ashley. I'm on Instagram and I am on Facebook. You can catch the audio version of these podcasts on Google Podcasts, Apple iTunes Podcasts, and Amazon Music under Podcasts. You could also catch me broadcasting on local cable television 4 times a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 a.m. and 2 p.m. on Verizon, RCN, Spectrum, and Optimum. Thank you guys for listening. I want you guys to be blessed, walk good, be strong. Anyways, I'm out. Take care. Be here for you next week.